Originally lived in a town called Bort. It's about 1,000 people, so it's a very small town. The country's for me, cities are too big, too noisy, crowded. When I was growing up, I always liked to try and help Dad build stuff. He was an electrician by trade. So yeah, I was always interested in how things worked. Dad always used to be outside making stuff, doing things, and I'd always be running towards the noise. My older sister would always been running away from it, so we were very different when we were growing up. When I was younger, I joined Air Force Cadets, and that sparked the interest in aviation, and then I decided I wanted to be a pilot. That didn't happen because I was unfortunately too short, so I decided to fix planes instead of fly them. So that's how I got into the maintenance side of planes. A lot more interested in fixing them now than flying them, so it's turned out well. A lot of people work on cars or they become mechanics, so I decided to pick planes because it's a lot more unique. It's out there, a lot of people don't get to do it. Planes are a lot more complicated than cars, so it's a lot harder, it's a lot more challenging. You've got a lot of people's lives in your hands, especially if you work in airlines. I currently live here in Tamworth. I work for BAE Systems, and I'm doing a certificate for an aeroskills mechanical. We live at their facility at the airport, so most of the guys who go to TAFE, we all live back at the blocks, which is what we call it. It's great. We have our own rooms, own bathrooms. We even have our own cleaner that comes in and cleans. They also provide us with 3 meals a day, all you can eat pretty much, so which is great. The aviation industry is very male dominated. It's good to show the males that the females can keep up, be just as good or even better at the job, and show that females are actually capable of working in this industry and being successful in the industry. I never really considered it as a job option until I actually did work experience on it. I didn't really think about that side. All the glory kind of goes to the pilots. It doesn't really shine onto the side of the maintenance industry, so yeah, pilots get paid a lot more than we do. So. It's great that the facility's at an airport. We get to see the planes fly, take off. We get to see different planes coming in. They've got a lot of different aircraft here for us to work on, so we get different varieties, different things we have to do to the plane. The whole floor layout of the workbenches and the hangar is really good, so you're not getting in each other's way when you're trying to work on things. A lot of other places are unable to have so much prac component because they're unable to get the planes in all the facilities for us to actually get some hands-on experience before we go back to our workplace. I definitely enjoy doing the mechanical subjects so far. We've only just started hitting those, so things like working on hydraulics and things like that's really fun. The teachers are very industry focused, so they make sure that when we do learn things, it's not just theory based. They make sure we learn what we will need in the industry when we go out there. They're all pretty passionate about the aircraft industry. They've all spent 20, 30 years working for airline companies. I think some of them even learn how to fly. By the time we finish studying at TAFE and actually enter the industry and start working on planes full time, we'll know what's going on, we'll know what we have to do, we'll know how the industry works and all the little things we have to do to get by. So the teachers have really prepared us for that. Working with BAE is really great because the way BAE and TAFE have it all set up works out really well. Other ways into the industry are really hard or really expensive, and you don't get as much practical on the job experience as you would as I do working with BAE and coming to this TAFE, so that's worked out really well. My future in this industry is really good. There's a lot of options. Once I get qualified, I can go around Australia or I can go overseas, which is really awesome and get to see the world. Really can't wait to get out there and start fixing planes. Anything that I can be an individual in, that I'm not part of just the crowd, something new, something different is really great.